Hi, I'm Collingwood, Financial Traders Cafe, and the screen you're looking at the moment is the Dax German 30 with an opportunity to make a trade now. So this is a 2-minute time frame. I'm just going to switch to the 1 hour time frame. Now where this dotted line is here is where the Dax could find some resistance. So we'll be looking to make a trade selling the Dax, but what you can see is in a very strong uptrend today, having dropped considerably in the last few days. So there has been a bit of a rally today, but that doesn't mean that it's going to continue. I'm looking for a pullback with an opportunity of selling the Dax. So you can see here where it's just touched this line, I'm looking to sell off there. So I'm just going to go in to, okay, so I've got my spread betting ticket up now and I'm looking to sell at 11,239. So I'm just going to press the button there and I've just sold the Dax there. And the reason why I sold it again is because it's just come to a point of resistance, which is just around here. So when we're looking for the best opportunities of selling where a price hits resistance, that's where resistance is. So it may, at the moment, though the bar is green, we may see that it's just a spike where it's just spiked here and then it will just close below this this level here where this dotted line is, so about 11,221. So time now is 1:03 on 28th of July on a Tuesday UK time, and I'm looking to see this actually coming back, having seen a massive surge upward today. As I say, the Dax is in a downtrend longer term. I'll just give you a picture of what that looks like. So you can see these big red bars here where the Dax has been selling off massively, and this is today's green bar, so it's just found support at this level here, which is a 200-day moving average. So I'll just go back to the 2-minute time frame. So you can see as well here that this is where I've drawn my trend line from here to here. Okay, so the time now is 13:13, and you can see how it's used this as resistance to push the Dax price back down. So I'm just going to show you what that's done. So you can see I sold the Dax, and the open position was 11,239 and the current level is 11,227, so in profit. Now the price is using this black line here as minor support. That's on the 1-minute time frame. So if it breaks through that, that's good news for the fact that we're selling. But I am looking for the price to test this level on the 2-minute time frame for support, which is 11,219. So you can see that the price has used the 1-minute time frame as support just there. Okay, which is at 11,225. And I sold at 11,239, which is just pushing up to that level now, and I would close the trade if it just starts to push beyond there where it's finding lots of momentum. So it's just used that as a springboard, and so by entering at 11,239 at a good level there, it just means that I'm not risking very much money on this trade. Now just zoom in on the 5-minute time frame. You can see 1, 2, 3. there's 4 tests around this level, so it's trying to push beyond this, and it may do that. But this is a good opportunity to sell where it's just trying to push through, and it is finding resistance. Okay, another thing to watch out for is this is a 10-minute time frame. You see this bar here. This was the 1310 to 1320. That's the bar there, and you can see the open and close were the same. It's what we call a doji. But what it does do is it just indicates that there is uncertainty, and the uncertainty means that it's not finding buyers in there, so they're not liking it. Haven't seen the price go up by so much today. The DAX can only go up by a certain amount before it does start to find some resistance, and you're seeing that red bar there, which is good news for me. So you can see there already, as that's been pushing down, the profit is starting to increase. So that's a good sign as I'm selling, and you can see that by looking at the 10-minute time frame. And if you see on the 15 minutes, it's using this diagonal line again as resistance. So that's at 11,232. So that's just another sign there that that's the resistance is what pushes the price down, and all resistance means is that that there's more sellers than buyers. There's nobody wanting to buy at that price, and I don't blame traders for not doing that, because the DAX overall is in a downtrend. So again, you can see on this daily chart, you can see the DAX has fallen considerably in the last week, and that's why there's a rally today. But the reason why there's a rally is it's just found support at this level here, which is the 200-day moving average, which was at 11,072. So that's the only reason why there was a recovery off that to where people would have bought just at that level there. So don't be suckered in to think that everything's well with the DAX. The dominant trend is down, and hence the reason why I am taking advantage of that at the moment. So this is a 2-minute time frame, and if it does push through this level here, that again will bode well for me. Okay, so it's now 13.28, so a little bit further on, and you can see the price just coming back down to this line here, this 11,219. So let's see if it tries to push through there. Profit at the moment, well, it's okay. I mean, it's just finding resistance here. Sometimes you want something to happen very quickly, and you do have to be patient. It is a case of being a fisherman where you're sat on the bank, and I don't tend to be at the screen for very long because I'm off doing other things, but I've just come back again just to see how things are moving, and I'm going to put in an alarm which is just up here, this level here, so around 11,240. So I know if it hits that level, then I would close the trade, so to avoid any damage. Now you may ask, why wouldn't I just take the money now? And the reason is everything is about strategy and taking the profit when the time is right. And again, going back to what I said before, when you see some resistance, it's worth risking what's already been made to try and make a lot more, because if that price does continue to keep falling, then that's where you would regret just closing the trade too early. So this is where we just give the price some wriggle room to move around in, which is within this zone here that I'm looking at. So if it does push below the 2-minute level here, which is say 11218 to 11219, it moves into a different zone for me, and that would make me very happy, because then I would be staying in the trade until it hit my target. Okay, so just back again, you can see the doors opened, so it's just testing this point here as I said it would, and we'll see whether it just breaks that or whether it's going to use it as support. Okay, so it's actually closed below my line here, which is very good news for this trade, and you will have a pleasant surprise to see what happens next. So you can see the price there is now 11216. Don't want to see that screen, do you? So here's the running profit now on this trade. You can see that's now starting to build up some momentum. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put this on pause so you can see what happens on this trade. Now, a point I just forgot to mention is this is the 3-minute time frame, so you can just see it pushing through again, and again that is good news if it closes below the 3 minutes. So then we're now going into the sell zone, and if you're short on the DAX, then that's exactly where you want to be, the price to be within your sell zone. And there we are, the price is now closed below this level here, so on the 3-minute time frame, and the profit at the moment is about 129, so it's only about 25-ish pips at the moment, but what's most important is that the price of the DAX is below my level here, which is the 11213, so I can now start to manage the trade. Okay, so the price has moved down even further now, so my alarm has come on for the 5 minutes, so I'm just going to flick to that, so you can see it's now going to start testing this 5-minute level sort of to see whether this is going to be used as support. So this is a major level for me now, because if it breaks through this, then I can let the trade keep running and certainly build up some very decent profit here. At the moment you can see already doing okay, so it's up to 160 £160, just at £5 per point. So let's just go back to have a look at what it's doing on the 5-minute. So what you'll notice here, just flick to 2-minute time frame, you can see that it used this this level, which is on 5 minutes, 11205, as support, and so it's got to push through there, as I said, just to prove that the momentum is now moving south. So all we need to do is just see it push through this level, which is 11205. I'll just flick to the 5-minute for you, so you can see again here. So it's got to break that support there, and then the next step is to beat this blue line here, which is at 11194, because it may use that as support as well, which is the 5-minute moving average, the 50-day moving average, but it uses these levels as for support. So you can see it's the doors open, and so it's testing this level again at support 11204. So if it does close below here, then this bodes very well for the DAX to fall even further. Okay, so there we are, that's very good news. It has closed below this level here, so we're now at 11200, so you can see the profit now is at 189. Okay, so you can see the profit now is building up nicely on this trade, so almost to 300. So this is what has happened. This is on the 1-minute time frame. I'll go back to the level that I went and sold on this, which is what I call the high probability trade. You can see where it was just finding resistance at this level, but most importantly, you can see how it's hovering around this diagonal trend line here. This is where it found most of its resistance, and now it looks as though it wants to test this level here at 11,171 on the 15-minute time frame. So as a trader, as you're selling, this is what you want to see, these lots of these nice long red bars, and certainly when they are long, you can see that there's a lot of selling happening. So the point that I got in was what I considered the least risk to me of losing, because I would have closed the trade very quickly after about 10 points moving against me. So the market, the long dominant trend, is very much down on the DAX after even the rally today, so that's a perfect time to sell. And you can see what's happened now. You can see this profit is building up very nicely, so it's up to over 300, and so I'll be looking to take profit. Yeah, I'll be looking to take profit somewhere around here, and it just needs to break through this level here. This is where I've got my black line there, 11,171, my magic line. So if it breaks through there, that again will bode well for the DAX to fall even further to somewhere around this level. And who knows, if it's in full swing, it may even be pushed down even further today. High, it's now 234. So you can see the price has continued to keep falling. So this downward movement, this is looking at the 1 minute chart, and I'll just show you the profit at the moment. Okay, so you can see here profit's building up nicely, so it's now up to almost 400. So you can see how quickly that can build in a short period of time once the momentum's with you. Should I say when the momentum's with the DAX. So I'm looking for this to come down to our usual pivot line, which is 11,140 now, and I'll just show you again where I entered and sold the DAX. Okay, so the price that I sold at was 11,239, and it's now at 11,162. What I didn't tell you is I also sold the DAX when I could see that it was the strength of this sell-off was building momentum. I also sold at 11,205, so you can see there's profit there as well, which is 196. So so the trades are doing very nicely now. Now this is where we look at inevitability. So I'm going to say that it's inevitable now that the DAX price is going to touch this level here, which is where I'm looking at the 30-minute time frame. So it'll look to for this level for support, and also it's just at pivot. So the price will want to come down to that, which again bodes well for more profit on this trade. Just quickly flicked screen to Wall Street, which is on the hour time frame. And it's important that we see what's going on with Wall Street, because if there is a bounce off this level here, then the DAX will go up as well. So this is a major support on the hour for Wall Street. If it does go down below this level here of 17,470, this is going to be very good news for my DAX trade. And of course, there is a possibility that Wall Street might even try and come back down to this level here and test 17,398 again. There you go, there's a door open there on Wall Street. So the significance of this is that Wall Street mirrors the DAX and vice versa. So if the Wall Street started to bounce back up again, then the same would happen with the DAX. So I need to know that in my strategy. Okay, so I've just come back to the DAX again, the 1 minute time frame, and time now is 14:44. So I've not had to be in this trade for too long to make the profit. But said before, you've got to be patient, and I do keep saying it: patience, perseverance, persistency equals profit. That's how I look at trading, and you do have to sometimes, wait for. Sometimes you just wait for 10 minutes. Sometimes you might be at it for an hour or an hour and a half, but you can see it's worth it because the profit's made very quickly. And I mean, for some people, £500, in a day is a lot of money. It's a lot of money anyway. And you can really make thousands and thousands and thousands. There's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, depending on what level you're at. But for this video, this is very much for people that are new to trading, some experienced traders as well, what I call seasoned traders, who have all tried all sorts of strategies and systems. This is my Income Optimiser strategy, and it is very, very consistent. It's all about high probability trading. High probability meaning just understanding what the price is going to do next, with a high probability of you making profit. And you can see from this particular trade how I've done that from start to finish. So you can see that price now is looking good, starting to come down further, and I would expect it, talked more about inevitability, I'd expect it to come down to 11,140 to 11,136, and that would bode very well. So this is what the profit looks like. So you can see there 385 and 214 on the other trade. So it just builds up quite nicely. So now you can, if I look at the screen, you'll see that the chart, the red bar, will be even more significant as this profit is building up for me. And something else you may have noticed, you see this green line here, see how it just touches that green line, and again there, again it's all very good, very good signs. Now a question that traders would be asking is, where's my stop loss? We were looking at it at the moment there. I would come out of the trade if it touches that point, so or anything just slightly beyond there, I'd be looking at closing the trade if there is a bounce back for whatever reason. But for me, it is inevitable that it's going to touch the 11,140 level, which is the pivot point, and where you can see I've got my alarm over here as well at 11,136. So it really is just trying to suck down to that pivot level. That's where it wants to go. And I'm going to show you what I do next on this trade. Just to quickly show you what happened with Wall Street. This is again back to that 1 hour time frame. You can see it just touched that level and it's found support there, so it hasn't quite been able to push all the way through. So I'm just making sure I keep an eye on what that's doing, because it will impact on how quickly the Dax does hit my pivot level. Okay, so it's now 3 o'clock, and you can see the price is just pushed down. As I said before, this is what we call inevitability. And so if you've ever seen the Matrix film, the agent saying to Neo, "This is inevitability, Mr. Anderson." Hope you enjoyed that impression. So what's also inevitable is the profit that I'm going to make on this trade. So you can see there's 2 there. So at the moment that's about 740 pounds so far. Flick back to this screen. The important question really to ask yourself is, how did I know that it was going to do that? So obviously been waffling on as to where I entered this trade, which was up here. How did I know that it was going to do that? Because when you do know that, then it's really is like having your own money printing machine. Okay, so it's now touched pivot. So this is decision time. So what you'll see here is I've got those two trades. So one is the one that I made at 11,239, which was up here. So price sold just there. So as it just fell down from 11,239 to this pivot level. And I also sold at 11,205. So that was just at this level here. Okay, so what am I going to do now? Well, I'm going to take some of the money and I'm going to leave some in. I'm going to show you what I do. So I'm going to close this one and I'm going to bank there we are. I'm going to bank 501 there. So that was a 100-point movement at £5 per point, so that's banked £500. And I've got this other trade running. Okay, so what I've done already is I've taken half my profit, so I've taken the £500, and this may fall yet further today. I don't know how strong the Dax will continue to fall. So what I'm going to do is take the profit on that other trade. This is a 1 hour time frame. I'll be taking it here, so at 11,105, so just there. Okay, well actually 11,103. So at that point the DAX may fall further and just test that on the hour time frame. So I'm going to go back to this trade and I'm going to put in a limit order. Okay, so you see here I'm going to be putting in a limit order of 11,103. So what will happen is I opened the trade at 11,205 and I'll be looking to take another 100 points on this, so that would be a total of another 500 there if it just hits that that limit. And I'm just going to submit that so you can see there that's the limit, 11,103 from an open of 11,205. So I'll be just taking that if it does hit that that point at 11,103. So going back to the 1 hour time frame on the DAX, you can see how very quickly it's is still pushed down through pivot, which I'm very happy about. Because it means that I can close that that trade very quickly. So let's just see where it is on the 2 minute time frame. So yeah, you can see it's only got to go to there, so 11,103. And what I'm going to do is, should the DAX rebound, which it can at any point, I'm going to be putting a stop in, so then at least I still bank some of my profit that I've made so far. So it's at 380 at the moment, so I will give a little bit back to the market, but I would still profit very nicely. So up here at 11,163, this is where I would look to close the trade down, and so I would still have closed my position for 11,163. The difference between that and 11,205 times 5 is my profit, so I would still be ahead. Now the reason why I am doing that is because, one, I've already banked 100 points at £5 a point, and the second reason is that there is a good possibility that the DAX could touch this level here, so at 11,103, and if it does do that, then of course I will have picked up even more profit, which would be very nice. Now this is really looking inevitable, so time's now 3:09. It's looking inevitable that this is going to touch my 11,103 support just there. So that black line is where that target was, where I put that limit level before. which you can see is just there, 11,103. So as soon as the DAX, if it does hit 11,103, it will automatically bank the money and another 500 or so pound. But what I will do now is I will just go in and put that stop in. So my stop will be just here, so 11,160. So let's just open that up again, edit, and 11,160. So that's still, then that, what that does is it protects my trade. So if I do get stopped out on this, I will still have banked the difference between 11,205 and 11,160. So that's 45 points at £5 per point. So I'm just going to submit that now, so the broker knows exactly what I want to do, and you can see that it's just registered there. So I can now just leave this to do what it does. Okay, I'm back again. It's now 4 o'clock, and I just popped out for a nice mushroom omelette because I put that limit order in, so I'm able to now come back into the Financial Traders Lounge, the Financial Traders Cafe, and we are now looking at what's happened to the DAX. So you can see it continued to fall, and the price did hit that limit order, which was at 11,103. So it did touch that, which I'm just going to show you again on that 1 hour time frame. So you can just see there it touched my black line as I said it would. That's inevitability. So it touched that, and then the price shot all the way back up. The question to ask yourself is, how did I know it was going to touch that line? But more importantly, I made money because it did, and I didn't give money back to the market. So I took it just at the right time. I took my money just there. Okay, so I'm just going to show you now. IG, my broker, they took that limit order to close the trade at 11,103, so where I'm just pointing to now. So that banked me £511.50, and then of course I closed the trade down before at £501.50. So in total those two trades there made 200 pips, and times 5, that's over £1,000. So this is the 5-minute screen. So at 1 o'clock today, so just here about 1:02, I pressed the sell button. So again, just what I'm pointing to there, at 11,239. So just here, 11,239, almost 11,240. I pressed the sell button. So how did I know that the DAX was going to continue to fall? Because by knowing that, that's what made me the maximum that I possibly could make out of this particular trade. So I was able to sell it there, so at the least possible risk, and take my profit. I took it at 11,139, which was at this level. So that was the first part of my trade that I closed, and then I also sold the DAX at 11,239, which was up here, and sorry, not 11,239, 11,205. So as it just crossed this line here, you see there, 11,205, I sold the DAX by another £5 per point. And as you saw before, I banked that 11,239 at 11,139, so I banked £501. And then the other trade, what I did is I waited for the price to just touch there, and I put in an order to sell at 11,103. So that's the point where I just popped out for half an hour or so and just had a nice nice mushroom omelette, and came back in with the knowledge that IG had closed the trade because it had hit this point here, this 11,103. And you can see what happened next. You see, if I hadn't put in an order, I would have the price has gone back up to 11,155. So I would have given a lot of the money back to the market. But by me putting in an order, limit level, instructing IG to take the profit there, I controlled and managed my trade to perfection there. And of course, this is a skill anybody can learn. This is something that I've mastered over the years to continue to keep taking money from the markets. So I knew when to sell at the right time and when to take my profit at exactly the right time. And that's all about having your indicators all set up on the screen there, so I know precisely where the price is looking to go to at all times and in all different time frames. And by having that knowledge, this is what makes me money every single day from trading Dax, Wall Street, and of course I do trade shares, commodities, foreign exchange. But this is the Income Optimiser strategy, and this can make a very, very good living for anybody. It's something that I perfected over, I suppose, the last couple of years. So as with any business, it's about the systems you have in place and your strategy. The strategy is everything. So if you would like to know how to do this, as I'm sure you will, then please continue to watch the videos. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Financial Traders Cafe, and just keep enjoying the videos. Okay, I will close off now, and hope you enjoyed that, and take care.